Welcome back to the GFY Weekly Review Show, and oh boy, does it suck paying the guy who beat you. Almost as much as Brian Hoyer sucks large and hairy penis.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Let's get to work. It looked like we were going to end up with another nail-biter this week that went down to the last drive on Monday Night Football like last week. Instead, Julio Jones finds his way to my trading block after leaving the game at half, leaving me high and dry. Moylan's first ever win versus the commish takes him home the cash money, and Team Moylan still looks like they've got some fight left. Anyway, now we go over to the main event. This week it was a battle of the undefeateds.
There can be only one.
Lots of COVID drama in this one. At one point, it looked like John was standing to lose 7 guys or something like that at one point. I just wanted to let you all know, as your friend, I care, and I'm deeply sorry if this happens to you at some point in time this season. But as your commissioner, I don't give a fuck, and I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to help you. I've tried adding more bench spots in IR, but you can't do that after the draft, so go fuck yourself. Either way, though, Dridge manages to keep his record clean going into another tough matchup this week with Campbell. Huge matchup with a huge impact in the early goings this year. Ryan and Breen face off to see who would be 3-1 and on top of the division and who would be 2-2 instead. Way different feels in those records. Big win for Ryan on the back of Odell Beckham Jr. and Mixon. He's just in a great spot here going forward. Next we got Dave and Greg's matchup. It was a big time upset here, folks. I'm going to be honest, I didn't even notice this one happening. But while I was watching Brian Hoyer do his Brian Hoyer impression,
Hoyer clutches, fires, that ball's intercepted. Jump by Ford was legal. It was knocked out and free. Allen Bailey knocked it out. Short motion. Hoyer is scanning. Underneath, he threw a pick in the red zone to Josh Mauga. Mauga is on his feet and brought down to the 2nd and 9. Hoyer shot downfield. Nate Washington is overthrown. It's intercepted. That's a third pick.
I got this text from Greg, and I initially thought that he was just being a supportive friend to console me about how the Patriots were doing. Only after coming to my senses, I realized that the Pat's shit performance actually led Dave to this win. So Dave gets that favorite fantasy football feeling fans fuck with, and that's seeing the home team get shit stomped, but you won your matchup because of it.
Yes, you took it! Oh! It was full of hookers! Yeah!
A few words now about everybody else that I didn't get to. Campbell bucks the GFY rankings thanks to a little George Kittle. Betro is starting to show how banged up his roster is.
No, I don't think I'm going to do anything close to that.
And Guy finally gets a win, while Shu puts up the 5th lowest score in the PPR era. Over to the rankings, and old Brian Hoyer Aldridge stays atop the rankings, beating off
phrasing
all opponents in his title defense. John stays at 2 because his roster's terrifying. Ryan and Campbell finally get some respect on their goddamn names, and the rest of the dominoes fall down from there. Probably doesn't make any sense to keep me above Moylan after he beat me, but whatever, fuck you. If you don't like it, go make your own GFY Weekly Review Show.
With blackjack and hookers.
Or go fuck yourself.